played with Ethan in smoke.
What is that?
El intercambio es un 2 contra 2 y Shai que pone. Y la tercera también, por supuesto.
Welcome back to this completely normal week, because I can't say exactly what type of week this is, but we are going to a map 3. We're going to be seeing Sunset, so that makes this a certified hood banger. Yeah, baby. Yes, NRG are still in the game, and I think we could attribute this, could we attribute this to the comps that we're seeing?
I feel like with this Ascent, with the comp, it was definitely a comfort ground for NRG. They really found their footing and really understood the fundamentals that we were talking about. And they definitely had a stern talking to. We heard their coach Chet just kind of talking about how he was not happy with that conversation that he had to have with the team.
There's some big step-ups, I think, as well from some individuals that was sorely needed. I mean, let's be real, sorely needed. There were, a few slip-ups, a few blunders, but that's to be expected again. But they managed to close that. That's the important fact. And the heat's being turned up now. We'll get into that third map in a decider that, essentially sets the stage. Are NRG going to be able to keep that playoff run, that dream alive? Or is it going to be Crew wrapping it all up nice and pretty, earning that playoff spot for themselves?
Definitely impressive whenever a team on Ascent can have such a successful attack half. And that's what FNS, the new IGL, was able to pull off. And now we're going, again, to Sunset, where they lost to Sentinels, yes, but they won a crazy string of attack rounds in rows, like 10 rounds or so, if I remember correctly. So obviously looking to see them repeat that kind of performance if they want to get their first win against Crew after their first map win.
Yeah. Now, Brent, I got to ask you, when was the moment where they kind of just turned things around? Because
after so they won the pistol round initially, and there was 3 rounds back-to-back from Crew, but when they started a string together the attack side rounds, I was like, okay, well, hold up. Like, I'm paying attention now. I'm sitting up. When this isn't going to be us being sent home early from the war. I'm just like, I'm not going to get to see the wife yet. We're in this for the long haul. We're going to map 3 on the cards. And, at that point, again, all the strengths from NRG, with FNS coming back in, comes down to their attack side calling, I think, inherently. And that has just been mirrored in pretty much all the maps that we've seen them play. And Wyatt, you already mentioned it. They played against Sentinels. They made an incredible comeback to get it into OT versus Sentinels on Sunset this map. Yeah. Crew did something similar. They didn't get to OT, but they had a close showcase, mainly with all of their strengths lying on the attack sides as well. And that was against Leviathan. So this is a map that both of these teams are going to be... There's a lot of parity, I think, between them. And honestly, the side that we're going to be taking a look at is the defensive half for both of the squads, and to see if they've actually made improvements from that point, because this decides so much. We've already set up the stakes.
Do you guys think we're going to see Victor on Neon again?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely. And even more so because they are starting on attack. Crew have to start on defense. So the way that they were able to control that A side, especially towards elbow, every single round, it was constantly catching sent out. They could not find an answer at any point in that game for NRG's A take. They looked so well drilled there. Yeah, I fully expect we're going to be seeing the same thing. If anything, I think it's the map where they've best used the Neon that they've been trying so hard to make work.
I just wonder if this is going to be like a lot more pressure because it is on this third map. And again, if NRG don't win this map, they will not be able to make playoffs, which I think is such a big deal. And for Crew, they're just looking to kind of solidify their spot with this win. So this third map, there's going to be so much pressure on the line that I wonder if everyone's going to be able to perform. We talked about each of these players kind of stepping up to the plate and the fundies kind of being there. So they're on the up climb. I'm actually looking forward to watch how the Sunset goes.
Yeah, they could do it.
Yeah, we're hoping that they do it, right? That's the thing. Looking at our Preds, anyways.
Well, I've got NRG winning.
Yeah, so you are the one. I think you were the outlier, right?
Me and Baby Bay, I think, with NRG winning this. But there's definitely a possibility for it. But as we've already been mentioning, the pressure's been on from the get-go, but especially so now, where it could just define so much moving forwards. Crew wouldn't have to worry about the playoff run. They'll lock it in by getting that, I believe, 6th win on the board. And, for NRG, it's their only signs of life to be shown. Yeah, they have to win it.
Honestly, I think there's a good shot that NRG just run away with this game from here. They finally got a map win. Breathe a little sigh of relief from that. They're headed to a half where they dominated Sentinels. I really think they could just run away with this game here, get their first win, stay in the hunt for the playoffs. This is everything on the line for them. If they lose this map, if they lose to Crew here, their chances of making playoffs are done. It is wraps for the year. And it feels like, too, these are like the waning days of this roster even being together.
For NRG, though, I feel like we still have a big question mark on their map pool, and we need to remember that they did pick Ascent and Crew picked Split, and so they ran away with one map each. And so going into this, I feel like it's going to be a hard matchup for NRG because there is so much homework that could have been done on the way that they played versus Sentinels. So I think for both teams, it's going to be really, really close calls.
Absolutely. Well, we're heading into map 3. Now, if Crew wins, they make playoffs, and NRG will be eliminated. Let's send it back to Doug and Baby Bay for the call.
Thank you so much, Keem. The Des mentioned it. I want to very quickly draw attention back to the last time that NRG played the Sunset. It was against Sentinels. It was a banger. 14-12. Ultimately doesn't go their way, but their mettle was tested, and they showed they can hang with some of the best on this map.
Yeah, they're definitely good at the map. It is a new composition. That, Sova KO composition that they ran previous, it could be so hard to run. And on the flip side for Crew, this is also new for them because last time they ran a Breach Gecko on this map. So it's new looks for both squads, and that's to be, I think that's a good thing for NRG because, yeah, there's so much footage on them, especially in this stage on Sunset. I think they played it in the last 2 series they played. So this little change could be enough for them to enable Victor to really take over.
Back on the Neon roll. The Paranoia is already out. Look at him already.
Super fast.
Taking space. But Crew trying to wrap around. It seemed like they're ready for what was coming. Sam with 2 big kills to kick things off.
I wonder if they're just prep work that NRG just did, or maybe they think that there's a similar game plan to that pistol round on Split where it was also a push down mid for Crew. But either way, they're in a 5v3 and they're cleaning this one up nicely.
And again, it's Finesse and it's Sam. They led from the front in the previous map. They're the ones who have all the kills as NRG get a flawless pistol.
Nasty stuff. They sent Victor up there just as, presence on A, just gravity towards him. That prompted a speed up in mid from Crew, but they were ready for it. NRG were all dialed in. Multiple members, even a stun coming out to deal with that.
1 enemy remaining.
What a hard read. No signs of slowing down as NRG. They're on their first anti-eco of this map. And it's going to be a 4-1, so very stable play here. It will be mid control. That's the name of the game so far for NRG. They want to condition this top mid smoke, condition the Cypher towards A. At least for right now, this is very convincing for them.
Well, this is a similar pace to what we saw in the previous round. It was towards A. This time, through mid, take B. And they're also clearing out everything, concerned about what could be on the other side, and reasonably so. There's no telling where Crew could be posted up. Weapon is handed over to the defense. Goes over in the hands of Melser. But through all of that, the spike planted, NRG in post-plant positions. Sam still has a Paranoia.
Vic is alone here. If he gets double swung, he might get taken out with a trade, but he gets 2 instead. Now he's just going to live.
Instead of getting double swung, he just double kills his way through that.
Yeah. Bowser just going for any type of exits he can have. He gets spotted out from that Prowler, but he's going to drop here shortly. Crashies, he's got that Ghost. This would be a good upgrade for him.
And that it will be. I wondered if Melser would try to save the Bulldog, but ultimately falls. NRG, 2 very clean rounds, but not only that, they've been fast, they've been aggressive, they've been decisive.
Yeah, the game plan is working out really well right now for NRG, and I wonder now on this bonus round if they decide to keep that up or if they're going to slow things down. I think it's another new look here, though. It's going to be a 4-1 this time. Mid is not the main focus. It's going to be that B main. They will be met by a Cypher here. We've seen how disastrous this comp can be against teams. This Sova KO, we've seen Heretics make their own meta on this map with that. They look so great in Shanghai. One of the best Sunset teams we've seen in a while. Let's see if Crew can emulate that here. Bring that style over to NA. Something NRG was trying to do at first, but they just couldn't do it. They opted to go back to Breach and Fade. Speaking of things fading, Sam will take off heat, but MTA is quick to the trade.
A little bit of space being taken away from Melser, too. He's refreshed that smoke a couple of times. They're still holding mid.
So scared to grab that rifle for good reason. You don't want to be the reason why your team loses this round. You have a good chance right now. It's a 4v4. The gun game is basically equal.
And for as much as they've played quickly, slowing down here, I think also worth noting, Crew haven't taken a ton of space either. You remember in the pistol, they took all that space mid. They've been active in their approach, but now going really fast towards B is NRG. Finesse holding the line, as we saw in the previous round. Spike planted, the Prowler out. Take a look at the death ball coming through from Crew. They're trying to get out from backside, but again, it's NRG that hold the line.
They're so confident right now. This is a whole new NRG. We've been waiting to see this stage. We've been waiting to see them just shoot straight, honestly. They've gotten diff so many times.
It seems like they've waited until their 9th life to do it. But I guess it's better late than never.
They had to. So much on the line for them. They have to make this playoff. That's what they're all saying to themselves. Victor comes out on top against Melzer, that 3-man firing squad, that IGLing from FNS, knowing that there's a free B site. And a key note here on that B execute is the aftershock from Ethan. It's all to break that early on trip here. There was that flurry of exchange in mid, and this 3-man firing squad just dealing with that. But in the future, those trips, anything close from Shy will be broken by an aftershock. So he might need to adjust those trips, put him way more passive, try to catch players out as they're actually on the site. But you won't be able to do that in this round. It's going to be a bad buy from the side of Crew. Sheriffs across the board. And the same anti-eco approach for NRG. Fast market.
Take a lot of space mid. They leave Finesse to hold the line. A slight reposition from him, but the idea is the same. You're absolutely right.
What a cool stun from Victor, by the way.
This time, too, Crew a little bit ahead of it, but MTA's already fallen.
There.
This freeze is so nice, too. Not fully committing to the plant yet. Now doubling down on their efforts.
Get lost.
Vix left to kind of play the game by himself.
I'm out of here.
Go farm, go kill. That's a very bold. I mean, I guess you don't really have another choice if you're Shy there, but
yeah, I honestly probably just dropping to the spike would have been the best choice, though, because look at these ultimates that are about to come online from the side of NRG. Ethan's 3. I mean, everyone's close. If the next gun round goes their way, they're going to have all ultimates for the following one. And FNS is one-tapping players now. I mean, yeah, Melzer's not aware, not looking at it, but still, he still did it.
That's often the hardest kill, man. The one when no one's looking at you.
No, seriously, it is.
That's another flawless round for NRG. They're up 4-0.
Yeah.
I imagine there's an early timeout coming through.
It's definitely coming. It's happened. So yeah, that timeout has come. And right now with Crew playing this composition, no one's really been doing much of anything. They've been getting steamrolled. You have to start bringing these rounds back together. A showstopper is one way to do that. And Kesnet has his online, even though they've been getting absolutely obliterated these last 4 rounds. So a very strong start for NRG.
My brother, Crew have 2 kills.
Yep.
It's just been so rough. And I think, you know, for as much as we talk about Finesse, we've got to mention the way that he's called this half so far. It's only been a couple of rounds, but think about how much diversity we've seen in his approach. We've seen the fast mid, we've seen the fast A, we've seen the slow mid that ends B. Like, he's already shown him a couple of different looks.
Yeah, the world is his oyster right now, aka Sunset. But I will say, if Crew want to have any type of success against the way that NRG is playing right now, because they're definitely abusing B site in general, they need to start playing for the site. They need to use the Heretics blueprint of, you know, Rians, he's usually sitting in spawn as that Sova, but he's quick to help out Benji at B, who is Shy in this case. And they actually fight. They fight for the site. It seems like it's retake, but it's a fast flood with this composition. That's what makes it so deadly. You have the KO flashes coming in, you got the dart that's going behind while the cages are being popped up. And that's the reason why this composition works on this map. That's why teams run the Sova KO. But we're not seeing too much of that yet. It's been a lot of B retake. This time, Shy, he's playing in. So I think they understand that this is the adaptation they need to make. It's more passive of trips. There's still one in the choke that's going to get broken by an aftershock, but there it is.
But you're right, MTA is a little bit closer here too to help. And it seems like they are going to fight on this, but will it go their way?
Nope.
Shy's bit, he's dead.
I know exactly.
No real even opportunity for Kesnet to pop his ult for that to be a factor.
Can't use it.
It's a disconnect in the defenses right now. Both players, both B anchors on an island. Oh, Heat will get one though, but still, it looks like they're just saving already. It's a 2v5, you kind of have to.
I mean, the money's abysmal.
Yep. So again, just to dissect the way that this round is going and the way that Crew are playing this comp, they tried to play in this time around, but they're not together. MTA needs to rotate from CT, not go market alone and give a bunch of different ones. He needs to be able to back up Shy in that B site and just play for the back site, honestly. That's how you play this composition. That's how you play and that's how you beat a breach comp. Oh, the fake TP.
It's always so satisfying when that works.
Yeah.
Seldom does, but every now and then you get away with one.
Oh, that one from Superman?
Yeah, that one was perfect.
Yeah, earlier in the week, yeah. That was so funny.
5 rounds in a row for NRG. Money's still great. Ultimate's still great.
Oh, they're running away with this one. But this is the disconnect that I was talking about. There's a player dying back site. Now MTA is flooding. Kesnet spawn. It's all just too late. There needs to be more delay, more support for Shy on the actual back site area.
Right there.
A rifle. They're going to buy up around it a little bit. 3 stingers, light armor, and aggression B. Oh, this is a different look, but they were ready for it. Only one found, though, and now the ult popped. Everything lit up, but he slams it into a wall. And MTA pays a dear price for it. Oh, he's laughing. I mean, Kesnet's laughing.
Sometimes things just don't go your way in VALORANT.
I say laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to cure these woes, but I mean, it got a giggle out of them.
It's definitely better than seeing full tilt, that's for sure, because, I mean, the way that that round just transfolded, that's rough. And now, again, it's a masterclass right now from the side of FNS. He's warmed up into this series so well in terms of the calling, in terms of his individual performance. No signs of slowing down either. It's a free A site. Another site that is chosen correctly from the side of NRG.
Bring them down.
And FNS is in mid to cut anybody off, cut out any rotations, or even just be that guaranteed security to close out the round. This time decides to just back up to his team with that camera, seeing all of A lane.
Planted.
Oh,
Almost getting caught there.
now the backup, the cavalry arrives.
Satchel out.
Should be easy pick'ems right now.
Player standing.
Kesnet actually missing his satchels there. I think one got broken when he tried to pop it so he could peek out.
It's a tragedy of a round for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing going his way at all.
And honestly, I mean, to expand upon that a little bit more, there's nothing going the way of Crew either. Yes, you look at the scoreboard and you go, oh, they're down 0-5, they're getting rinsed. They haven't gotten a single first kill either. So even some of those things where they were, you know, maybe getting that advantage and NRG are just snatching the round away from them, given some of their calling or their heroics, whatever, none of that's even a factor here.
Yeah.
Everything, literally everything going the way of NRG.
Yep, mechanical skill, the strategy behind it, game planning overall. FNS and the rest of NRG have set themselves up for success to close out their first series of stage 2. Yeah, that's rough.
That was funnier the second time. It was funnier to watch the second time around.
See MTA's reaction to him just getting rocketed by his teammate. It's still going to be the fighting squad towards B main, but
there's no
wise to it. Yeah, wise to it.
Really deep trip. Camera's still not cleared.
Take control of elbow, you freeze the round. I guess they might just speed up now. I mean, they're feeling it.
Big brother's watching. The cam's still in play. Waiting for the paranoia out towards back Jenny, but Ethan's the first to fall.
A little spam through the one-way. A little bit of RNG back in Crew's favor, but can they convert this 5v4 advantage they have?
This is the first time they've had a number like this, and yeah, they seem to be finding success with it. Finesse and Crash is left alone. And what looks like, yeah, a flawless round for Crew as they get their first.
Yeah, now they have a chance. They need to start snowballing these, chaining some rounds together. Kesnet came up huge in that round. He made up for that rocket from the previous round. And keep in mind that previous round was an eco round for them. So, you know, it is what it is. And that's that RNG I was talking about. He's just straight through the one-way. Works in his favor now. And they have a chance to bring some momentum back. Salvage this half that was started off disastrous.
They still have a long way to go to make this less of a disaster. But they've got some guns and they have some money to play around here.
Yeah, they will have a bye for the next round, even if they lose this one, but they're going to want to win it. Start chipping away, right?
Yeah, different position of the cam here. It's much deeper.
Yeah, it's more of a trap play this time around.
Yeah, the problem with that is it instantly gets cleared, and so now there's a little bit more room for Crashies to work.
And you don't know how many players are behind that break of the cam. There's only one player that showed to break it.
But now, I mean, now they know. Smokes, stuns, the dog came through. Vic's all the way out on site already. I mean, they've got everyone here. Also note, Ethan has his ult. So does Vic, who apparently would rather that over the Vandal.
Yeah, they're going to go proactive here for sure. Here comes that ult. And I think Vic's going to follow up. And this is going to connect on almost everybody.
There he goes, aggressively, but look at the TP out from Elster. Can he do something about it? No! Almost connecting on the third, but heat spam is too good. And so things settle on equal footing. Oh, you wouldn't expect that to be the case, but this round feels like it's getting out of hand for NRG. Finesse keeping things even. Heat with 7 HP. Crash, he's trying to keep him back, and he can't. It's Finesse, a 1v1 against the opposing Cypher. On the swing, he knows he's there. He'll clean him up. NRG get their 7th.
Big gameplay from FNS right now. He came up so clutch and elbow right there. Sam, he dropped early at an advantageous position to Kesnet. I don't know how Sam loses that gunfight. And honestly, it gave Crew a chance back into the round.
Yep.
Where it would have been impossible, but it was FNS with the follow-up, just spam through that smoke and elbow, getting the trade on the Kesnet. And then his fake out of the cam, he got tagged by that Cypher cam, acting like he was wrapping back around towards lane. He doubles back, wisely so, and he closes out that round. Big things from the IGL. He's played so good these last 2 maps.
He's doing his best to beat the washed allegations, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So good, man.
Cam gets broken at B site. And it will be a walk back, a reset to the round. It's going to be mid-control after this drone comes through from the side of Crew. Bit of an early drone, gets no info at all. Good job from NRG so far to not disclose where they want to end, where they want to go. It looks like it will be a split. Here we go.
You see what the setup is too. The Aftershock to clear the trip. The
No way.
fault line to give space for Crashies and Som to fill in. Oh, the site's all theirs. Snappy from Finesse.
No flashes anymore.
Traded back though. We were trying to hold the line. What an impressive hold from Shy. And now Kesnet too. Maybe we'll find a little bit more success with the ult this time around.
Oh, that connects.
Yeah, that's way better than last time we saw him pop that one.
Takes out Sam. He knew the general vicinity of Sam in that moment. Probably didn't expect to actually get that kill. A little bit of RNG there, and this time, Crew, they actually fought that backside B correctly. Even so, that little lurk timing from FNS to kill Heat there in that moment, it denied any type of further flashes to support Shy in the backside, so it actually did give NRG a little bit of a chance.
He's still laughing off that last one, man. NRG call timeout here. I wonder, you know, when we listened to Chet in between map 1 and map 2, he was pretty candid. Yeah. One of the things that really frustrated him was the fact that, hey, this roster has way too much experience for things like throwing these rounds away, how the spacing wasn't as good.
Seriously.
It should not be this bad. And I think I would agree with that. You would agree with that. I think the vast majority of people would agree with that sentiment. I wonder here, given that Crew have just won 2 rounds, what is it that Chad is trying to adjust here? What is he trying to change?
He's definitely trying to ice them because they don't want Crew to get any more type of rounds in this, bring any more type of momentum back going into next half. So if they can stop this momentum that Crew has and win this next round and stop the little back and forth, they have a really good chance of breaking the economy and putting them on a bad bye. Because look, 2 of the players right now, you guys are about to see 2 of the players. Oh, this is that rocket replay.
He tried getting out of there.
See that back one more time. But two of the players on crew right now have $0 to their name. Oh, there's one with 200, sorry. So one with 0, one with 200. The buy is going to be less than ideal in the next round if NRG can win this one.
I will say, though, if things continue to go back and forth the way they have the last couple of rounds, I mean, NRG's still sitting pretty.
Still good for them, yeah.
They're up 9-3 at half.
This time it shows that there's going to be an A type of default, but they don't have any follow-up there to break that camera. And that dagger, yeah, you have to go back now and re-clear all that A main if you're NRG. And they're wise to it. Look, so right now, NRG are doing a lot of the fundamentals correctly. It's going to be utility invested to re-clear that space. And if they can actually get into elbow and break this cam, but NB, that's the perfect round.
As long as Vic stays alive, as long as there's no pressure loss there. Oh, he's been spotted.
Spotted. I wonder if he thinks that he wasn't seen by that one. Oh, he gets the one up on Heat, huh?
Very nicely done. He was alone. And so they clear all of the Cypher utility back A, they get rid of the cam, and now they turn their attention back towards mid, back towards B. The problem is, Shy's trips are still here. Holy smokes, Meltzer, what was that? And now the Hunter's Fury out from MTA, backside. Oh, Crashies falls, the spike joins him.
Last player standing.
I mean, Meltzer opened this round up on his own.
Crazy peak. Getting two. The follow-up, Hunter's Fury. It is a free A site, though. Ethan, he could get the spike planted. He's going there. He's giving himself a chance. Even if he could do damage, it'll help out later in the half. I mean, we're getting towards the end of it, but still.
I mean, their money's in a weird spot, too, to be honest. So any credit saved is a credit earned. I think that's how that saying goes.
Yeah. Spotted out early. That fault line will connect to delay for a little bit, but the three-man swing should be too much. He's playing these off angles very wisely. Can't connect the shots. And Crew will clean up the round.
And again, it was off of Meltzer, man. Meltzer getting that 2K and MTA popping his ult from back in spawn was really nice. And so this back and forth that we were talking about at half has been broken. Yeah, Vic had a really nice shot and a really nice play mid. He almost gets a third there. Big from Meltzer.
NRG approached the round pretty decently too. They got the first blood. They broke the cam and elbow, and then they wanted to end market. Just no trade on the Melzer there, but also, yeah, the shots that he hit, those are ridiculous. And now it's going to be this flash setup play to try to enable Kesnet and Melzer once more.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's going to be fast on the other side. Everybody is here. Crashies has his ult.
No fault line to deal with this as well. I think there's a good chance that Victor can beat this KO flash. He gets Omen flashed.
He's so far up, and there was Meltzer again, providing value for his squad. Kesnet on the swing with the flash over the top. Getting bested by Finesse, and now Ethan joining in on it.
Shadows. Just trades everywhere.
We found one.
Really nice chance to get another here for the attacking side. Cautious Crashies. Holding the Nightfall. Only gonna tag one. Does he understand the other one's there? I don't know that he does. Now they know. The fault line, the C's, everything. NRG gets their eighth.
Melzer did a great job of not folding the Victor in that moment, doing the counter Omen flash. But the trading game of NRG, it's way more on point now. And they can feel it now. They remember what it's like to win. They're in the full driver's position right now. That was a nice free kill from Melzer. And the trading game on point. Ethan with that stinger. So deadly. Poor MTA.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, man.
Gets tethered, gets fault lined.
This is different. A little KO flash out for Market. Meltzer's able to fight the line.
Cover going out.
The response from NRG on the opposite end is just to walk up A. Camera gets broken from the side of Crew, but no one in the site yet. They're thinking that this is going to be a B hit or a re-clear of mid. Hanging around for too long, so another good round called from FNS. A lot of pings in spawn right now from the side of Crew.
They've gotten up so far up elbow. Meltzer's ult should give them a little bit of suspicion. Oh, they're not planting the spike. They're clearing things out even more.
They have so much space right now.
But the spike is with them.
Going. Yeah, there's no way you keep going.
So they've inserted Victor. Ethan takes a step back, commits to the plant.
Oh my gosh.
Will be one away from his ult. There's Vic. the stun, isolating his fights, finding his second. Numbers the way of the attack. But now every position revealed. How much more do you try to do here? They popped Heat's ult. Last round of the half. No stone left unturned. The paranoia through, not connecting onto Som. That knife is not going to help, though. Brutal smoke and finesse is on the flank. But it seems like Shy is looking for it. He's expecting it, and he's dealt with it. Down to 3 now. Again, Ethan, 1 away from his ult. That could be a difference maker here. Melster's on the tap, but it's just a threat. The spam not connecting. He's gotten it to half. He's got to stick it the whole way, and he finally falls. Not enough time to convert. NRG a 9-3 half on Sunset.
So decisive. NRG.
Switching sides.
They played this half from start to finish beautifully. It was a wonderful display of IGLing from FNS. And Victor and Crashies, they've been taken over. This comp change has enabled Victor to get so much value, and it's fed him so much confidence that even when he doesn't have supporting utility, he's there. He's taking these fights that we've seen him take in the past.
That's so tough there for Melster. Given how short time was, he really had no option. Had to try to stick it. And again, a stoic response from the leader.
He looks fired up. He looks mad.
Fully calm, fully steady. We'll see what the desk thinks about that half. This could be wraps, guys.
Yeah, things didn't look too strong in map 1. Map 2, NRG heated up, and now it seems like they're on fire.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest thing that I noticed was how good they were during their post plans. NRG, they really put up the aggressive front. They were not afraid to play up close and personal when it came to these post plans. I mean, this win rate, 90%.
Yeah.
1 post plan loss, friend.
I mean, that's 2 rounds where they didn't get the spike down, essentially.
Yep.
And overall, they had a complete handle in terms of how they wanted to play. The proactivity off the charts in terms of them just trying to play heavy for this backside control, like you're seeing right here. But they were just inserting Victor. I mean, the casters were talking about it. Victor was just getting let loose, man. He was like the dog from GTA, the least dog. Dude, he was just in there, and they were letting him just rip them to shreds. And they were just saying, okay, if Victor gets 1, gets 2, whatever, happy days. Because they were just constantly finding that Crew couldn't get a foothold. They couldn't find the setup time to try and play these retakes appropriately. There was 1 time where they like flood defended. Now that's where the 1 loss comes in.
Yeah.
The 1 loss. That was 1 time.
For sure. I mean, these stats speak for themselves.
Insane.
342 ACS. And now, going onto that defense side, we've seen players like Jagamo on this Neon on Sunset be more aggressive. And I'm looking for Victor to make sure he does the same thing, being aggressive, taking the map control, being able to kind of walk down mid, use his stuns to set himself up for success. And even the Yutal has been great with this team.
Yeah, I think I mean, you can always expect that from Ethan, right? As a supportive player, that guy is sublime when it comes to setting up his players. But this is where I'm going to be paying complete attention, because NRG's defensive half on Sunset, last time they played it versus Sen, was dismal. Like, let's just put it like that. The improvements need to be seen here and now. I think they've already shown that they still have got what it takes for their attack side. Here and now, they've got to close it out. They've got to take it home.
Well, let's see how it all closes out and get the second half underway. Back to our casters.
Thanks so much, guys. I think Bren makes a really good point there about how this was really where things fell apart last time we saw them on this map. But I also do need to point out that that was Sentinels. This is Crew, and given the form that they have today, I mean, they couldn't be any more different. Crew looked good on Split, and it's been anything but since.
Yeah, and this composition, it's so hard to run. I dove into it a little bit on that defensive side for them and what they need to do for success. On this attacking side, it gets even harder.
Sorry, very quickly, look at Elbow.
Yeah, it's a firing squad. NRG have been ahead of the game in terms of pistols, but this drone, it could have gotten a lot of value. Oh, it's a follow-up.
They're going fast, they're going aggressive. Crashy's on the swing, but Heat and Kesnet holding him back. A 1-for-1. All the way through. Som can't settle the last. And it's Finesse on the late rotate. Plenty healthy, has a ghost in hand. Manages to dodge the knife. With 45 seconds left, Heat still has plenty of time to think this through. Plenty of options to consider. All of them available to him, really. Finesse not spotting anyone off of the cam. But he slipped into the site, and it seems like that's where Heat is headed. There's no way that he gets this. He spots him too. Now knowing where he is, Heat has no choice but to jump forward. The pistol the way of NRG.
Finesse playing that 1v1 to near perfection. Sneaks into the site, still has the cam up, gets all the info. He looks so motivated right now. He's got a death stare right now. Finesse, he looks angry. He's like, oh, we dropped the map. I got yelled at by my coach. Let me show the world what's up.
That's the second pistol going the way of NRG on this map, and the fourth of the entire series. Do those little things right. You win your pistols, you win your numbers advantages, you execute on the things you need to, and things often work out well for you.
And the response from Crew is to try to get a hero guardian on the Kesnet and just speed things up without any utility, but they're getting dropped like flies.
It was not up for long. Heat scoops it up. He's able to get a kill with it. But things slow down from the attack again. And I get it. I mean, you can't really find any way in.
This is going to be so hard to bring this one back. And NRG, they just play the fundamental game correctly right now. There's such an aggressive cam in B main. There's a trip in market, a trip B. All you got to worry about is mid or A. No need to have anybody towards that B side of the map right now, because even if that spike gets planted there, you have so much utility still on the board to be able to re-clear all this info. You still have a deep aggro cam in B main that you can flip on late.
And there's no real way to upgrade a weapon either.
FNS doesn't even need to really be flicking this cam at this moment. He just needs to be dialed in on his crosshair in mid. The only way they lose is if he gets caught out.
Enemy remaining.
And yeah, he
Spike
rightfully
down
so
mid.
doesn't. And that's round over just like that. NRG are going to be at 11. And I think Heat is trying to save this gun, bring it into the next.
Sure.
He's broke. He's the one that bought it for Kesnet. Kesnet couldn't get any kills. Victor dropped him very quickly. And a bit of tilt from the side of Crew. A lot of the times you see when teams are frustrated, they try to rely on their mechanics, try to just do whatever they can. And it gets a little sloppy, it gets scrappy. And that works against teams that are willing to give you those fights. I mean, who knows? Maybe Kesnet wins that 1v1 against Victor. This is a different narrative, but...
How many times have we seen Kesnet win 1v1s just like that, right? Just takes matters into his own hands, but it just hasn't been the case this time.
Yeah, it's just, he's had a rough series after that first map. Even on the first map, was he really popping off that much? I can't even recall anymore. It's a distant memory now with NRG being so dominant in these last two maps.
Up 11. A formidable buy here too, 3 rifles. And again, a little bit of early aggression. Victor dashing back and forth. Just threatening, really. I mean, both him and Ethan are already so far off of A.
Yeah, so Victor showed on purpose. He made that audio noise of the slide on purpose, and that's why you're seeing a fast lean towards B. This IGLing has just been so good. And all the players being aware of the protocols that they need to follow as well.
Careful, Kesnet's fast to smoke, and I don't know that they know.
Wow, he cleared that.
He had no idea.
Holy cow, that was an amazing clear from Kesnet.
Now Ethan's left to clean up the mess. That was put before him, only able to find one. Side opening up for Crew. Oh, it can crash these two with a singer from the other side of the map.
Wow. A really impressive round from Kesnet. The entries were great. Everybody in market, the spacing was awesome.
I do think, again, it goes back into the timing. Because that smoke half a second earlier,
yeah,
it's a little bit more confident, but him being able to get past it and disrespect it as early as he did.
Yeah, he knows that they're not aware that someone's that close because of that.
And so Finesse is a sitting duck.
No market control whatsoever in that round. So a little bit of a blunder in the setup from NRG. If FNS is going to be playing such an aggressive spot like that, you need to have market control. But they've built up such a lead. They've amassed such a lead that it's okay to make mistakes like that and be able to fix them. Should be an upgrade for Crashies here.
Yeah, gets away with his life, grabs the Phantom, you're right. And then they should be able to buy around him fully.
There you go. It should be a very early timeout from the side of NRG. We got heard, got word of it. This was those nice spacing, nice trading on the actual site. And when there's 2, there's 3. When there's 3, there's 4. You always got to be ready and dialed in. Good signs for Crew, but still, this is going to be such a tough comeback on attack side of Sunset.
It just becomes a round at a time type beat. I think that they're going to pull this off. NRG called the timeout, as you mentioned. That's their last of the half. And you often, Dre, you don't see things like this very often. When you've got a team that's up that big, that's knocking on the doorstep of a series win, to be burning both timeouts before the other team does.
Yeah, so definitely Chet has seen something in the mix where he's like, we can't let them think that they can even come back. I got to do my timeouts very early on and deny any type of momentum from this team. It worked on the attacking side, that's for certain. So it should be able to work on this defensive side.
We'll see if that's the case. As the timeout expires, we'll take another quick look at the money situation, the ult situation. Yeah, straight up gun round on both sides.
And for sure, Chet was just like, all right, everybody, take a breath. We're in the driver's seat right now. We got this game in full control. Just remember what the gaps are. The gap in that last round, okay, if we're doing a Cypher setup where the Cypher's playing close B, we need to have market control. These are all things that I'm sure all the players remember, but they can be so easily lost in the mix of things when you're actually here playing on the stage.
I like the setup from NRG. A little early aggression out towards A, a little bit of noise made, and they're going to rotate back. This is, I mean, identical to the round we saw just a few moments ago.
This time it's for a mid-fight. It's the key difference. Everything off of this basically one-way cam.
Well, and I think also, yeah, as the smoke goes down, yeah, the flash would come out. But it wasn't a flash, it was just a swing. Crashies gets a kill.
Camera taken out. Sees MCA that whole time as well, but yeah, they're already up numbers advantage right now. They don't want to risk anything else. They want to play to the full advantage that they have.
There's so much mid-space. Sam has a paranoia, but I don't know if he's going to be able to respond quickly enough.
Wow.
Ethan falls.
What a kill.
Crashy's now going a little bit aggressive on his own.
That was jumping the gun a little bit too early, and now it's a basically free B site. There are some trips that FNS can play off of here. And Sam, Omen ulting in the back of B. Holy.
Has a smoke, has a paranoia still. Vic is the only one who's far away.
Spike planted.
But given his zoomies, he should be joining the fray here very shortly.
So smart from Crew to just flip and stay back sight.
There's the paranoia. Finesse never had a shot.
Yeah, he got obliterated right there.
So it falls onto Sam and Victor. A 2v4, I mean, would be a nail in the coffin if Crew can't pull this off, but they can. Giant Kesnick close us up and get Crew their 5th.
Nice answer back from Crew. They were down in that round. When that top mid smoke faded, players from NRG were behind that one, ready to get kills, and they did that. That re-walk into mid, getting Ethan, spamming him through the box, and that big mistake from Crashies. That was a freebie.
Yeah,
it was a free kill.
It felt forced. It felt like the timing window was missed, or he thought there was a little bit more room there than there actually was.
Right here.
And that's the difference between a 4v3 and a 4v4. So,
yep.
Either way, NRG with a very similar look. The one exception is there wasn't noise made by Vic A. He's back B right now.
That is the hard read.
He's so dead. Oh.
These rockets for Kesnet, they haven't really been able to connect that much in this series.
Crash, he's forced to hunker down with the Sheriff, realizing that he's got no options. All he can do is buy his time. That's a free kill. That one wasn't free, and it doesn't fall.
What was that kill, though, from Kesnet? The second one onto Ethan, just shooting in the smoke. Why not?
2 stingers and a Sheriff up for the defense with the paranoia out. Kesnet gets 4. Is the spark back up? Crew get to 6.
No way Heat steals the ace from Kesnet in that moment.
Don't give them time to reposition.
But either way, Kesnet, he's fired up now. He's ready. And the economy is also fired up for Crew. They position themselves to have a chance. Kesnet got so many kills just spamming through smokes. In that case, it was the neon wall. And it was a stolen ace from Heat.
Right there.
But still, you'll take any rounds you can get if you're Crew.
I mean, they continue to just kind of like give some of this early space up A main. The thing is, they're going to have to be investing utility if they want to re-clear it. They just haven't really been interested in that much.
Yeah, and on the opposite end, there's a mid fight right here. Fade eye into a stun into flashes. Oh my, that's not how this should be going.
That looked like Crew were so done.
Right?
You had a stun, you had a flash, you had the aftershock, you had, I mean, everything. But Crew a step ahead of it.
The whole kitchen sink was thrown at them. How did they deal with that so well? And now, yeah, they're just going to cycle the orb onto Kesnet. He's going to get the spike planted, and he's going to be the one that hunts Sam to get that showstopper online for the following round. Even if he doesn't get it for the following round, having it for the next gun round, that really solidifies a comeback.
We haven't played very many. There goes. He's going to have it online. Sam getting his 2. We haven't played very many rounds on the second half. Kesnet had 9 kills at halftime.
Yeah, he's going nuclear right now.
The performance that he's having on the second half is preposterous. 19 and 12 right now.
Now the ways that you can win for NRG, they're kind of dwindling right now. You're going to have to fall back on a more consistent and stable type of play style. You're probably not going to see that many more mid fights. Maybe in the following round, because it's, you know, a scrappy, dodgy buy. It's basically, you know, whatever anybody else can actually invest in the round. So maybe we'll see some crazy things happen in this round. But I imagine the following round, that next gun round, if Crew can win this one, it's going to be more stable play from NRG, more passive play, more disciplined approach to the rounds.
Crashies gets tagged by that knife at the very beginning. Just buying his time. Still dropping the eye. Nothing spotted though.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, there was an aggressive Omen smoke in B main with a deep camera. It gets broken, and now Crew think that it's maybe a stack towards the B side. I say that as they try to rotate backwards.
Keep an eye on the ults that Crew have. I mean, there's a lot behind this round. Kesnet has his ult. MTA has his ult. Yeah, he's going to be playing from the other side of the map right now. The drone getting cleared out. He doesn't like what he's seeing. He's starting to rotate away. Clears the dog, too. There's the paranoia. There's the satchel. There's the ult. But Sam, from up top, finding his one. Staying alive and getting away. Finesse falling, and now Vix popped his ult. He's still playing from pretty far back, though. Still hasn't been able to find a way in. The neural theft through. Kesnet down. How much more can they find here? It's still just a Guardian for Sam. And then the finger guns for Vic, of course. They're committing everything into this. They're convinced that they can convert it. And they've gotten that much closer. Weapon upgraded now. The Rolling Thunder dropped. And they're all being funneled into the lap of Crashies. Can he get the kill? One found. Second, not there. But he can't even hear the fact that the defuse has started. He has to spam it. Concerned, paranoid. He will fall. A thrifty round for NRG as they get to series point.
Sick thrifty.
Match point.
All those early picks, Sam, the poise, yeah, the rocket entries in from Kesnet. But he's sitting on the top of market, and he's able to still get a kill on a Heat, I believe. That's the KO. Flash is gone. All of a sudden, you have numbers advantage in the round. And you can invest these ultimates. Players couldn't hear, they're stunned.
Dude, that's such a tough decision to make in the moment. When is the line where it's worth investing? Because you know you're playing on a knife's edge the whole time. You invest those and you don't convert the round, all of a sudden your advantage is gone.
Oh yeah, if they don't win that round investing all those ultimates that they just did, it's a really good chance that Crew ties the game up. But a thrifty to put you on match point. All the momentum is gone from the side of Crew. And they invested ults of their own in that round. Yeah, there was a showstopper used from Kesnet. Now all of a sudden you have to earn it all back. All that damage you did to the economy of NRG, all the chances that you gave yourself to come back into this game, it was all for naught. There's an operator that you're about to be met by. Let's see if Crew are ready for this, if they're aware.
He's currently posted up across the middle of the map in the hands of Vic. And he's the one who's been taking a lot of space at the very beginning. He's the one who's been making noise. He's the one who's been introducing doubt into the minds of Crew.
It's going to be a lot of utility here at the A site to try to feint that it's the Neon that's set up here. And hopefully NRG is thinking that that can funnel them into this operator in mid.
Knife tagging Finesse right at the very beginning. Vic on the reposition. He's been called over by his captain.
Boom.
And the shot delivers. Again, that's Kesnit it down. Surely they don't try that middle of the map again. Meanwhile, Som getting across mid. The fault line not tagging, but they understand that's a weakness, and they're right. Melser's just on the steps. No utility there. I mean, that fault line would have been nice, but Som falls. So things settle into 4. Surely Finesse doesn't get away with this. I don't think the challenge is even going to come. They've invested the Hunter's Fury. As Vic tries to stay alive and dash through. Does so without taking a lick of damage. Huh? He's getting away with it. He's going to get... Oh, not able to settle on the second. The third was there with him. But Crew not overcommitting, not over pushing it. Settles off of the kills they have. And now, I mean, Vic's up on a platter. Can he settle the shot? One found. Heat down.
Down B.
The wall goes up into 2v2 left. Still with the op and play. Crash is so far away from it.
Standing.
And it's all on him now. Looking to deal a death blow to Crew. Looking to keep NRG alive.
I know.
And he's going to have to do it on his own. Very small timing window now. His position has been given away. Drops a little bit of util. Understand. Swing is on the other side. And crashes. Delivers. Unbelievable finish.
They've finally done it. They've won their first match of stage 2. They've kept their playoff dreams alive. NRG, they looked way better today than any other match we've seen.
In a 1v2 situation like that. Yeah. What a play from Crashies, man.
It was really a team effort too. Individuals were able to step up for sure, but the game planning was great in the last 2 maps. Split looked lost, but they were able to bring it back. And Crew, they're still not able to figure out a recipe for success of their own this stage. That being said, Crew still have, what, 3 more matches that they can do to try to make it into that playoff.
Just when it looked like the sun was going to be setting on NRG's dreams of playoffs, they managed to stay alive.
They looked great these last 2 maps. It was very convincing. The game planning was on point. IGLing was great from FNS. And we got to shout out his individual skill. He showed it off today. It's a big meme, you know, people joke about it a lot, but he's a shooter too. And it's a lot easier to be able to shoot straight when everybody on your team is doing things correctly. They're doing the defaults right. The spacing is on point. Look at that. He was looking like that the last 2 maps. He was angry, Doug.
Oh, it would have been a fly on the wall on the timeouts, too, to hear what Chet was saying. Because, again, oftentimes he was investing them when the team was up, when it seemed secure. And there was an 11-4 timeout, if I'm not mistaken. I think a lot of it was just, I mean, wanting to make sure that everything was settled. It's tough to really say, but I think a lot of things went right for NRG today. And maybe this is where the dam breaks. Maybe they're finally able to get that first elusive win off their back and they can make something happen out of this. That's a big maybe, to be perfectly clear. But again, there's a shot.
If they can play like they played in the last 2 maps where there's cohesion, it makes sense on the mini-map when you're looking at it, and then also have the individuals actually step up and shooting straight, they have a real chance to do this. They looked great, honestly. Those last 2 maps were very convincing.
We're going to send it down to Elizabeth, who's standing by at this stage for the Verizon. Don't take that from my paycheck. Post-match interview.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Now, it's your favorite IGL's favorite IGL, and it's Finesse. God, that must feel good, Finesse.
Yeah, feels good to win.
Feels good to win. I mean, it's been a long time coming. You took that long break, and you had those tough losses, and now to literally hear everyone chanting your name. When we saw your intensity sitting there, you know, Andre said you looked angry. You looked intense.
Yeah.
Were you angry?
Nah, just focused. I mean, we're 0-2, so...
Not anymore?
Well, we were 0-2.
We're 0-2?
So that's probably I look so pissed, but yeah, focused more than anything else.
I mean, I was talking to one of my first rival interviews with you, Sam, and he says that you were losing a lot in scrims and that you were learning a lot from that. What were some of those things that you learned that you applied today?
Protocols and how to actually use them in the matches. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we do in scrims, we play very properly, we practice very properly. We just couldn't translate it to scrims at all. Also, my form was absolutely terrible, so thankfully I plugged in the mouse today. But yeah, in general, I'm happy with how the team played. But yeah, I mean, it's so many things. It was so many things we were doing wrong that we fixed for today.
So that's what leads to my next question. Your form currently, obviously, I mean, the desk was talking about it. There's lots of memes about it, but as Andre said, you're a shooter, sir. You can shoot back and you can call, and it's, I mean, I think they, chat and the audience would agree. In your opinion, where is your, gentlemen, in your opinion, where is your form currently?
I'm sorry, I'm shit right now. I can play a lot better. I think a lot of my teammates also potentially feel like they can play a lot better. We feel out of form in the first 2 matches. Today we were a little bit more back in form, so at least we'll be able to hopefully ride that momentum going into the next match and then hopefully into playoffs.
I was talking to Chet after map 1. He said he just kind of gave you guys the riot act, if you will, like maybe losing those advantages and you know, doing things you weren't supposed to be doing. Talk to me how you applied what he told you from map 1 into map 2 and map 3, because those were different maps, Finesse.
What he said was that we need to be more tradable. We were in situations where our execution is so poor because we're always a man down and there's no way to trade that kill. We were consistently putting ourselves in isolated positions. That's a mistake that we've consistently made in the last 2 games before that too. So I'm glad that we were able to change that up for Sunset. It was also the first game where I felt like we had a lead. So there's that.
Last question for you. Do you think the public, you know, community have underestimated NRG? And did you prove them wrong today?
Nah. Nah. I think everyone still has good expectations of us. If anything, we just kind of met them for the first time today.
All right, well, congratulations again. Give it up for Finesse one more time, everyone. And we see lots of signs. We're going to send you to the post show, so friends, please take it away.
Love you guys.
Yes, congratulations to NRG, who clearly have the energy to take on this match. They did it. Congratulations to them. But you know what? At the start of the week, the desk did a power ranking of our team. Yeah, we didn't do it. It was Athena, Mimi, and Ender. Yes, that's right. And it's time for us to check in to see what y'all were cooking. Because
since Mimi and Ender aren't here, time to blame you for whatever the hell was going on. That list is trash. I don't know what you guys were thinking with that.
There's a lot to change.
What is happening?
I looked at it and I was overwhelmed at the amount that needs to be shifted.
I will avenge myself. I will make things right by doing the first movement of the board. Okay.
Lev number 1.
All the way to number 1.
Yes.
I mean, listen, we can put them in the upper echelon and argue from there.
Okay, cool.
Because they obviously need to be moved up. 6th and G2 5th is hilarious.
I'm about to make a flurry of changes. Okay.
All right, let's see this.
They're going
over there.
I'm
this
gonna
team
move out of the way
down there.
Give him
loud
some
on the
space
floor.
to cook.
Right.
Let him cook.
Whoa.
NRG, you got to move up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, NRG, we've got to move up.
Not a crazy amount, but we can expect them to go up.
I put them there. Furia.
Also going
What
up.
about Sen? Keeping him up there?
Yeah. I mean, I would do
with Lev, though?
With Lev?
I mean, we'll move him around.
Are we just gonna, I'm going to put them there now. I'll stop.
Just making sure.
Stop. That's my contribution.
You want to take...
Okay, now, here's my thing.
Okay.
You got to move EG down a little bit. And personally, I'm going to go ahead and put them in 4 for now.
They did get knocked down a peg.
You got to move them down, but they're still in the. I think 5 is fair right now for that, because I think these 3 have to be the top 3. Some combination of Lev, Sen, and G2 have to be in your top 3.
That's the
no doubt. And I feel you could kind of maybe argue a bit back and forth from there, but I'm gonna. Oh,
are you moving Lev?
Sorry, I needed it up there.
You dunked the Lev sticker up there. I'm going to move them to 3 right now. I'm sick of G2 being underrated. I'm going to say
like this.
They're so goddamn consistent.
What about Loud?
I'm sick of G2 being underrated.
Yeah, we got C9.
Wait, surely Crew goes above C9, right?
I think Crew are above C9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did somebody take that sticker
I
for
got
me?
C9 down.
Here, and then I would put probably then.
Are you gonna
9? Yuria Loud. I'm sorry, but the sound.
Now, honestly,
oh wow,
am I BR, then Loud, then Furia? That's Yeah, I mean, I think that's all fine. Honestly, I kind of want to put G2 in first. I'm going to be honest. I want to move Sen down to 2. I don't know if we've seen enough from...
I'm not going to stop you.
Sen have been really good.
I'm not going to stop you.
Have we seen enough to say that they're the best team when G2 have been so consistent?
I'm not going to stop you. Desk is 77% no. That's why you're sat at home watching and we're up here. I'm not going to lie. We're cooking. We're cooking. Either that or it's the entirety of Brazil currently.
I mean, but you can't move.
We're cooking.
You can't do anything else with Brazil. I'm good with 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm good
genuinely, the
here.
only one is the top 3. I don't know what to do with the top 3 because I think you could argue for any of the teams to be in any of those spots.
Yeah. That's true. It is hard.
What would your top 3 be?
My top 3 would be Sen, G2 Lev. What we have right now.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have what we have right now.
Are you with that as well?
I would put Lev first, Sen second, and G2 third. But I think this is fair. They're so close.
Yeah, I think
They're
the
all
top
so
3
close.
is really close.
I think it depends on the day that they're playing, too.
I don't know. Maybe you do have to put Lev first now with how they just beat down EG
Did I
in
get
their
something
game.
right?
And EG are still up there.
I'm happy with locking this in.
So we want to lock this in
I
then.
move Lev up now.
So we're not in agreement yet.
I think I'm kind
move Lev
of.
up?
How you feeling, Wyatt? You gonna lock this in?
I'm with moving Lev up. I'm with moving Lev up.
Okay.
I'm with you.
You're the final say.
I'm with you. I think exchanging Sen and Lev.
Well, then let's physically do it. Let's physically do it.
I'm gonna need you to grab that.
There we go.
All right. I'm
Sen 3?
I mean,
Personally, I wouldn't take that Sentinels, but
they could be any of the 3. I
wouldn't take that if I was Sentinels.
Well, we're gonna lock this in. I honestly think this is in better shape than day 1.
I think 4 through 11, perfection.
Of week
the top
2.
3, I think you could argue about until the sun goes down.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't want to do that because I have better things to do.
Well, let's check out the actual standings. So you all were almost there with the first 2. You know, we got Lev at number 1, Sentinels number 2 right now, and Crew is number 3.
Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. And on the standings, as you can see, there are 2 highlighted teams. Sentinels confirmed to have clinched playoffs. So now we have those 2 teams and 4 spots left to be top 6 to make it to that playoff.
I think what's crazy is Crew and C9 both started this 5-1 and are in genuine danger of neither making it.
I genuinely think
because they're.
Cloud9.
Look at the crew
might
playing
not do it.
G2 now.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
way they beat G2.
Yeah.
Both of them might beef out after being 5-1. That, which is just crazy. That middle of the pack is.
That's right.
Tension in that area is crazy right now.
Yeah, well, you know, we're going to be taking a few days off, but we'll be back on Saturday with 3 more days of matches. And honestly, I'm excited. Whoa, what is this? What? Wait, hold on here. What?
Trolling.
What just?
Get out of here.
A random ender just appeared.
Not with that at all.
I'm not trolling this.
No.
Oh my
Don't
God.
do this to us.
You gotta end it before he comes back in.
Roseback was dogged on his list, and he deserved it. He deserved it.
Let's take a look at the schedule once again. All right, game 1, we have G2 Esports going up again, Crew Visa. And then we have Loud versus Leviathan. It's going to be happening on Saturday. It's going to be a bit of a slobber knocker, I'm hoping, or a certified hood banger.
I mean, there's potential to these matches, but G2 are looking so damn clean.
Yeah.
Crew still have some highlighted issues where they got exposed by an NRG that's still trying to get their feet underneath them. And then Loud put 2 years on Duelist, please. Like, just permanent Duelist, no more Sadak Neon experimentation, and maybe. Call it a maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't like the experiments? You don't like the mixing, the concoctions that they were cooking up?
Not really.
No.
Not really. No.
Yeah. Well, that does it for us. We need a break. This was quite the super week. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I want to thank you all so much for watching Super Week. Mimi is gone. I can say it as much as I want to. Super Week. We'll see you next Saturday when it won't be a super week, but it'll be a super weekend. Yeah. We'll see y'all then.
Perfectly.
100 Thieves and MIBR are looking to take home their first win here in Stage 2. But with MIBR out of contention for playoffs, will this be the moment they hold nothing back and take the fight? 100 Thieves.
You low on health. Lucio very alone here. Needs to win out on his fight. He's got one. The support of the turret for a double. The util's good, though. Paula will get out, and the shock dart will actually find Rich. Lovely stop from MIBR on the flood back in. And the re-engage from Asuna is lovely. Backside alone up top, 13-5. 100 Thieves strike first in this series.
No doubt that was a clean game from 100 Thieves.
Three-player swinging, they can't see a damn thing. Fight!
For all Decade, they're coming in with the rocket, and it works. Lealzi gets 2.
And he's trapped up in the air with the rocket. It won't connect. 100 Thieves is just toying with him. Not in time. Artsing just runs him down.
Absolutely nothing going for them. Cryo takes down 2. 100 Thieves take it 2-0.
What a game for EU. An incredible individual performance.
NRG need to take aim and keep their eyes on the prize, but they have a contender in Crew who also want a shot at playoffs. Now, this is definitely looking like a coin toss.
Crew with the 2 rifles they have on. Mouser, he gets all 3. He had everything in front of him, but fortunately for him, Victor settles every single kill. Oh! 1 drop, the second below, and it connects. The Red Bull clutch for Crew. Kesnit out. Crash, she's dead. No way through. They've invested into this.
That was a disgusting defensive side performance from Crew.
Crew won again half of their 4v5s. Now they've got the paranoia. They're going to have to navigate through. Finesse not able to settle with shots. It's a slaughter. You saw his crosshair turn. It doesn't matter as Finesse gets a kill. NRG keeping Crew back.
Crew right now, but this little peek.
How does he get both?
Oh, this is such a big connection for Crashies. He gets both. Get Crashies off the angle, but this dart can be deadly. Ethan, the double Odin.
Their first map win of the split, and it could not have come at a better time.
Gets double swung. He might get taken out with a trade, but he gets 2 instead.
They were ready for it. Only one found though, and now the ult popped. Everything lit up, but he slams it into a wall. Almost connecting on the 3rd, but heat spam is too good. He's got to stick it the whole way, and he finally falls. Not enough time to convert. Now Ethan's left to clean up the mess. Side opening up. 2 stingers and a sheriff up for the defense with the paranoia out. Kesnit gets 4. His position has been given away. Drops a little bit of util. Understand. Swing is on the other side. Unbelievable finish.
They've won their first match of Stage 2. They've kept their playoff dreams alive. NRG, they looked way better today than any other match we've seen.
What a play from Crashies, man.